This is going to be your last chance before that next Bitcoin move. We've actually come from our highs of 124k all the way down to our lows of 107k, and right now Bitcoin looks like it's bouncing from this support level. So we need to be covering what's going to be happening next, and we need to be looking at all the relevant data pieces that I have prepared for you guys, so make sure to be watching till the end. I also have data from Ethereum lined up right now, so we're going to be looking at all the levels for Ethereum and what's going to be happening in that longer time frame too. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get straight away in towards this banger. Bow. So as you can tell by the title, this is going to be your last chance before that next big Bitcoin move. We have a lot of conflicting signals flashing right now, and we need to be deciphering what's going to be happening next. Firstly, we can see that we have the MACD flipping bearish on a weekly time frame, and you can see previously the last two times that this has happened, Bitcoin has actually responded negatively. So we need to be seeing if this is going to be happening too, and are we going to be breaking down from this rising wedge pattern further. But if you look closely at the Bitcoin price right now, you can actually see that we're trading on a massive level of support. So the fact that we're trading on this level of support gives us the benefit of the doubt. This is essentially the line in the sand. So if we can actually hold the support level from 107k, then that means that it's likely we continue to move towards the upside. But if we actually start to lose this level, then we have to actually look at lower levels for the Bitcoin price. Now, I talked about this in yesterday's video, but you can also see as well that the September crypto trap is playing out. Typically in post-halving years, you get a positive August and then you get a red September, and a lot of people are looking at the average return for September at minus 4% almost, and they're actually assuming that September is going to be red, since historically it's been a very bad month for the Bitcoin price. So if you look at the post-halving years, you can see, if you look closely, it's actually been massively positive in the prior month in August, and then in September it's been red. But this year we had a negative August, so this means that September potentially can end bullish. So looking at the shorter time frame price action, you can see that Bitcoin's actually massively breaking out from this falling wedge pattern right now, and it looks like we're actually shifting momentum. But we need to be actually breaking above this 112k previous high, because it's just been lower lows and lower highs so far. So until we actually break above this mid-range level and actually print a higher high in and around the 112 to 113k mark, and then maybe form a higher low before moving higher, that's the only time we can say, okay, the trend is now shifting. But so far it's just been, lower highs over here, and it's been lower lows in the market. So this just indicates that the market structure is still bearish, but the benefit of the doubt is the fact that we're trading on this massive level of support. So if you look carefully, if I extend the support level, it actually comes to our previous highs, like I mentioned in the videos, and this is a key demand level right now, since it's been the order block before the previous move that we returned to, and now we're getting that massive reaction that I've been talking about. You can see that your RSI is quite oversold there, and your stochastic is oversold also, indicating that we can see a move towards the upside. But we need to be actually breaking above this high over here at 112k before we can confirm a shift in market structure over there. Now, I do want to mention that this is the last chance before the big move, because if we come up to this resistance level again at 112k and we can't actually put in a higher high, it means that we're going to be coming all the way down towards this 100k support level, where potentially we can get a bounce. So this is essentially the measured move for the double top over here. So you can see from the neckline to the top over there, if we take it to the point where it retested and broke down, this is going to be the measured move for this pattern. So for the pattern to be invalidated, we need to break above 112k and actually see a move towards the top side. But another two reasons why we still have a benefit of the doubt and we still may be moving towards the upside is a short-term holder realized price is actually still bullish right now, so we're holding above it, and typically when we are above it, we see extended moves towards the upside, since short-term holders are in profit and they have less incentive to actually sell. So this is a massive bullish signal that we're seeing in the market. On top of that, right now we're in a month of September, and typically when you have a red August, you typically have a bullish September. You can see in the prior 2 years, this was the exact same thing that happened. We had a bearish August, and into September now we actually take massively bullish. We also have the global liquidity indicating that we're still going to be seeing higher prices in towards Q4. So I'm still staying bullish, since a lot of the signals on the higher time frames and in the medium time frames are indicating that we still have a chance for Bitcoin to be moving higher. We still are holding this support level right now, and you can see that 21-week exponential moving average on the weekly time frame is holding that support right there. So if I zoom into the daily time frame, you can see that this is a massive support level right now that we're holding with that 21-week EMA. So it's blind in the sand. If we can hold this level and we can actually start to move towards the upside, this is going to be, the low. This is going to be the bottom for Bitcoin. But if we actually break below 107 and we actually start to break towards 105, then maybe we can actually see a move towards the downside, and we're going to be testing that 100k level over there. But as for now, since we have a lot of liquidity also at the top side, it is more likely we actually move towards the upside rather than the downside. Now, the last reason we may see a move towards the upside also is with the fact that we have a CME gap at 117k. So this is another statistic that 90% of these CME gaps tend to get filled. So it's likely that if we can continue to, break out of this falling wedge and put that higher high in, it's likely we get follow through in towards our CME gap and we close that at 117, which may give us enough fuel to continue to push in towards new all-time highs. So if you're enjoying the video, make sure to smash up that like button and make sure to check out our first link down below for BitTuneX. BitTuneX is a non-KYC exchange that allows you to actually sign up and get a lot of bonuses. You can see over here that BitTuneX has partnered up with my community and they're offering you guys a massive 20% on your deposit. So I will not be fading this free money that you'll be getting from the exchange. You can see if you deposit $2,000, you'll be getting $400 for free. So make sure to be checking this out. That's the first link down below for BitTuneX. It's a non-KYC exchange that's never been hacked. You can be signing up from anywhere in the world. So I will not be fading this since it's non-KYC. You get an extremely cheap fees and you'll be getting 20% on your bonus when you deposit any funds. You can see over here you'll be getting up to $400 in bonus. So make sure to be checking our first link down below. Now, as for Ethereum, we've been grabbing all that downside liquidity and we can see the majority resides above us also, and we can see in the price action that it's been trading below the support level. So I did mention that we had a little bit of liquidity and it's likely that we can come down and we could test this 4.1k support level over here. So if Ethereum can't hold up and it can't reclaim this level at 4.3k, then it's likely that we're going to come all the way down to 4.1k for Ethereum, where this was a previous level that we came into and bounced. And you can see if we zoom out a bit more, this was a massive level for Ethereum when we were actually previously rejecting from over here. And you can see that if we zoom out a bit more, this was another rejection point for Ethereum where we had that massive 4k resistance and we couldn't break above it. This is a massive inflection point for me. So I'll say 4.1k is a big level for Ethereum to be holding if we can't actually reclaim the 4.3k level over here. So make sure to be checking that out. But we can see that Ethereum also is in another falling wedge pattern. So if we do start to break out from this pattern over here, it is likely that Ethereum can actually shift the momentum towards the upside, and that would actually come from reclaiming that level firstly. Then we could tackle this trend line, and maybe that's where we can get another move towards the upside, grabbing that topside liquidity. So this is what I'm going to be expecting for Ethereum. If we can break above 4.3k for Ethereum, then it's likely we actually trade towards our new highs again. You can see by this chart over here that we actually tested our all-time high and we marginally put in a new one. So it's likely if we test it one more time, the wall just gets weaker and it's possible that Ethereum can continue the momentum towards the upside. You can see that we had a V-shaped recovery just like 2020, and it's likely that we print a new all-time high for Ethereum and we continue to soar towards the upside just like we did last cycle if you're still bullish on the 4-year cycle. And I am still bullish on the 4-year cycle, so I'm still expecting Ethereum to go a lot higher. You can also see that the MACD on the monthly time frame has ticked bullish, and every time that this has happened we can see that Ethereum's had extended runs towards the upside, and this indicates essentially that Ethereum's strength is going to be a lot higher now since the MACD is bullish and we've had that bullish cross. So I would not be getting bearish on Ethereum. I think the strength is still going to be there long term, so I'm still very bullish. You can see that we have a descending broadening wedge also for Ethereum, so I'm still bullish right here. I still think that the strength is yet to come. We're yet to see an extended move, and that's why I'm still thinking we're in phase 2 for Ethereum. So phase 1 is completed, and now we're in the phase where Ethereum outperforms Bitcoin. So this is the time to be getting very bullish on your altcoins and Ethereum. So I will not be fading that. And the best place to be actually trading this will be BitTuneX since it's non-KYC and you can be getting that massive bonus. So yeah, that'll be it for me. Make sure to follow me on X to be staying up to date with all my updates, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Have a blessed rest of your day. Peace guys. See ya. Bye bye.